Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Sussman, editor of Willamette Week. Delighted to be here this morning with Julia Niiro, who is the founder. And what's your title? Are you chairman, chief executive officer, czar of MilkRun?
I guess we'll say the founder and CEO of MilkRun.
All right. And we're going to talk about MilkRun in a second. But first of all, tell us about how you're sheltering in place.
Personally,
Yeah.
I will say it's great to be a landowner. I live on 40 acres, which makes social distancing pretty easy. It also, I feel incredibly fortunate to have life not be too different than normal for us on the farm, and a little bit of a world away from a lot of the chaos. So I'm able to turn off well.
Where is your property?
I own 40 acres with my husband outside of, actually we're in Canby, Oregon.
Ah, and it's just the two of you?
It's the two of us. We have 3 dogs, and then we also share the property with a friend and farmer who runs the cattle.
And what are you raising and or growing on your farm?
Far less than we used to personally. We're leasing an acre out to Praxis Farm, who will start farming there this year. And then, like I said, we have a friend who owns 28 of the cows that are on the property right now, and we have some goats and many dogs.
You know, Julia, we're thrilled to be here with you today, not just because you're an entrepreneur, but unlike so many other business people that we've talked to during this public health crisis who are having really tough and challenging times, while you're having challenges, your business is doing really well because it's filling a really important need. So just talk a little bit. You founded MilkRun in what year?
We founded MilkRun in 2017.
In 2017, and just sort of give us the overview of what you're seeking to do.
I mean, our goal is really to help build a platform where farmers can sell their goods directly to consumers. And in order to do that, we recognize we have to make it much easier for them to deliver directly to their homes. So kind of our platform helps coordinate and orchestrate the delivery of local goods direct from farms to people's homes.
So I go on your website, I want to support local farmers, I order what I want. You've got a network of, I assume, mostly Oregon farmers.
Mostly farmers, yeah.
I order my meat or my eggs or my produce, and then you deliver it to my door.
That's correct.
And one would assume that this public health crisis has really created an increased demand for what you're doing.
Yes, our growth happened very fast. Did the numbers recently, and because in simple terms, it was about an 11x growth over 6 weeks.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit about the size of your company, either how many employees or how many deliveries or how much revenue?
Yeah, we are now, just to give you an idea of kind of our growth, we were on average about, it was about 200 deliveries a week before, so at the beginning of March, or we'll say February. And then now we're doing about 2,000 or about 2,400 deliveries a week to homes here in Portland, which is a huge leap, like I said. From a revenue perspective, we are profitable now, and we're able to support about 30 employees.
That is just awesome.
Yeah, it was, went from a team of about 5.
So I'm a Portlander, I'm interested in buying from local farms. My options are to go to farmers market, right? Yeah. Which obviously during this COVID crisis isn't happening. My other option, I assume, is a CSA.
Yeah.
Tell me how what you do is somewhat different.
I mean, our goal is really to help the families or people at home who don't have the time to go to the farmers market, or even from a CSA perspective, which we're big fans of that model. And many of our farms also run fantastic CSA programs. But we know, I mean, even from my experience as a consumer, if I wanted to support local farms and food, and food, and I wanted to do that every week, like I wanted that to dominate my grocery spend and where my dollars went, then I would want to find a solution that helped bring my core grocery staples to me, like every week, instead of maybe just produce. We wanted to make sure we could fulfill meat, bread, alternative proteins, alternative dairy, really make sure you could spend your grocery dollars with good producers.
At some point, this public health crisis is going to end. you know, the state's already beginning to open up now. My guess is sometime in June, you'll start seeing restaurants open, if not sooner. Um, what's going to happen to your business?
Many things I hope have become permanent changes in a way. If there are silver linings in this, it is that people are cooking. I think people have remembered what that means to bring families around a dinner table and spend time cooking with good ingredients. If we've done our job right, then we've convinced people on the act by actually tasting the food we give them from local farms alone. Like that, to me, that's our best marketing, if you will. And then I think another really important factor here is the global supply chain that we've known as always fragile, but it kind of exists behind the black curtain, if you will. It's not something that maybe as a consumer you think about, or you certainly know you don't want to support, but you know, what does that really mean? Well, I think we're seeing when I'm seeing huge meat processors or big factory farms in, you know, the top headlines in CNN, and I'm having conversations with friends of mine who've never been interested in the nuances of what I do, who are asking me to educate them about what a meat processor is, what Smithfield is, you know, why when one meat processor goes down, have we lost 5 to 10% of our supply? Like that, these things are starting to click. And to me, that isn't just related to this moment. Like that we'll see the effects of what's going on there for much longer, because they're huge effects and impacts, and that will not, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to stop or slow down anytime soon. And I think that just in general has made people more aware of where they put their dollars and the kind of world they want to build and see in the future.
Julia, what's your best-selling product? What's most in demand, or what can't you find enough of?
Eggs.
Eggs.
Eggs have been wild. We definitely saw the effects of people baking. So flour was really big, and then now, of course, it is hands down strawberries.
Strawberries.
And we knew it. It always is. I was like, we prepare every year for strawberry season. Because, you know, of course, just like anywhere, when the spring hits, like we're all just so ready for new ingredients and new food, and then you get berries, which is like nature's gift. So and they don't come on super fast, and the weather, you know, the weather does what it will, and so everything is very fragile in the spring, and people like are just dying for it. So you know, I feel that way as a consumer. My husband feels that way as a chef, and we see that definitely reflected in our consumer base.
That's funny.
Yeah.